overview of the Eagleford and essentially what I call a multi-basin strategy, how we use market research to identify operators and contacts within those operators to figure out what's going on from a project perspective. And so really, when we break it down here, we kind of take a bit of a hybrid approach when we look at it from a market research perspective. Helping people to use this market research to generate new leads. That's really based on a hybrid territory as well as a named account approach. So we've got a multi-basin approach. So here's the Eagleford, covers a large geographic area. And what we've looked at is we've kind of broken it down into the north, the central, and the south. And then we've looked at it from a geographic perspective. So looking at around 60 kilometers or 60 miles around the Carnes area, and then who are the top operators, and then who are the other operators that we're watching and developing from a sales strategy perspective. Then we look at Central, which is essentially the Fullerton, and we pick that distance around the Fullerton area and who are the top accounts, as well as who are we looking. And then we go down into the south part of Texas, and then we look at, again, the top operators and the top additional people. So it's really that hybrid approach, looking at it from a geography perspective because it's multi-basin play, and then looking at it from an account perspective, it's kind of top to bottom on that side of it. The goal is to kind of build out a process that's repeatable and scalable. And so the process is really, targeting. So the target list focus on a predefined list of specific high-value accounts. Territory list. Those targets are sitting inside the territory, a specific geographic area or territory. And then in there, we also have our watch list, other operators and midstream companies that we want to develop in that geographic area. And then our contact list, people related to those particular accounts, a curated database of individuals and or businesses, and then who are looking to become customers or partners or clients. And then the procedure for us is we're using the regulatory data. So we're looking at use the regulatory data to look at the projects, who's taking well permits, who's drilling, who's building facilities, the people, really leaning in on LinkedIn to identify contacts specifically in the field that we can reach out and contact to help us with our market development, market research. And then the goal is always buying process. Who are the people? Where are their offices? What do we have to do to be able to position products and services into these particular markets? So when we look at Carnes, Texas, you can see what it looks like from a geographic perspective. And then we do focus a lot because it's territory based. What does the territory look like? There's the counties that we're focused on. There's the cities within those counties that ideally people are going to be working, living. It helps us identify individuals within these within the target accounts, and then some of the highways. So again, we're really focused. Do they have a field office there? Where would that field office be? What does that territory look like if a field person was going out and doing sales calls, to field offices? And then the operator accounts, we look at the top 5. You can expand it any way that you want. I just put top 5. And these are guys that have taken large positions. Then Marathon soon to be merged with Conoco, so we would add another account in there to take its place. And then we look at 36 different operators. And then we look at the midstream market. Who are the midstream players that own compressor stations and pipelines, trunk pipelines back to their main pipeline systems to take away the natural gas and the oil in these particular and liquids in these particular areas that we're focused on. And then our goal is always scalable and repeatable. So we look at Fullerton. You can see geography wise, it just looks different than what the north looks like. Counties, there's our towns that we're focused on, and then our major interstates. So again, really trying to map it out, understanding where the infrastructure is and where the offices are and the people who work in this particular geographic region. Different, some crossover. So we start to see EOG, and then new accounts starting to appear that in the top 5. We got 33 different accounts, And then the midstream companies, a lot of similarities all the way through the Eagleford. And then the south part, smaller geographic area, smaller market, really two counties that we're operating on. Really looking at these are the towns and those are the highways. SM Energy, EOG, so it starts to drop off. And only 13 different additional markets, there are additional operators to watch, and then ultimately the midstream companies. So and then we just add additional resources. So that's essentially a quick overview. We structure the data, around that, allow us to, really kind of segment things and get focused from a development perspective.